Alright, this is a video I've been anticipating for quite a while now, and it's a video I've really been looking forward to, the FK-C series. This FK series, the FK2 in specific, is like the first real main mouse I've mained that I've like really loved. So just to get into it, I do have a little bit of bias towards the shape, but just like the ECC series, this does have all the upgrades we'll get into, like the new cable and the new scroll wheel and the new weights and all that. But just to start off with the specs, this mouse comes in at 72 grams on my scale, which is nice because it was originally coming in at about 80 grams for the FK2. And that's a nice little weight reduction. It also comes with a new cable, which we'll get into. Still 3360 sensor, still everything is on board, as you can see. And the feet are still black feet, but they're not terrible, and we will get into that. But I'm going to get into a sound test now. Right and left click. Scroll wheel. Side buttons. Scroll wheel click. Alright, so the right and left click they feel just like the B series. The ECC series were a lot lighter than the old B series, which I wish they did here, but they do feel relatively the same. They are pretty heavy, but personally I don't mind them too much. And also mine does have a defect. I don't know if you can see this here, but right here it kind of deforms, I guess you could say. So I am going to get it RMA'd, so my left click is a little bit busted, but they do feel just like the B series really, and they are going to be heavy for a lot of people, and that is mainly because it's a full shell design, and just because they're using Huanos, which are relatively heavy, at least the ones they use. And the side button's still about the same. There is some travel concerns, but overall they feel solid. I think Zowie side buttons besides the EC series are always pretty good, and they are a little bit small, but they feel solid in game. Now the scroll wheel does feel different from the C series. Sorry about that. It's more rigid. I personally prefer this one way more than the ECC series. I didn't like the ECC series scroll wheel a lot. This one just feels a little bit more refined, and less plasticky. In my opinion, it feels more like a classic Zowie scroll wheel. And the click, I've never really liked. I like Zowie clicks, but I know a lot of people aren't going to like them. They are considered a little bit mushy. But yeah, Zowie scroll wheels are really hard to explain. You know the steps are there, and it's going to be very loud. Now the coding, this is something I like and don't like. As you can see, it picks up a ton of fingerprints, like a lot. But I think the coating just feels fine. It's a normal matte coating, and I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with it. But Zowie coatings do shine over time, but it's really not much of an issue. I mean, there's not much to talk about with this mouse, all on board, and the cable is pretty good actually. I don't mind the cable. It's kind of like what I wish the Vaxi cables were, and the stress relief helps even more. And because all of the paracord makers are gone, W paracords is gone, Agile cables just quit making paracords, new cables are going to be very valuable. And I don't really think you need to paracord this one, in my opinion. A lot of people might tell you that you need to, but I really don't think so. I think it feels perfectly fine in a bungee. And yeah, the black feet, you probably should replace them. They're just the same feet Zowie's always used, but they aren't terrible. I think that they're better than some companies' pure PTFE feet, but personally on a SkyPad, they feel garbage. They're scratchy on a SkyPad, they're slow. It just does not feel good on a SkyPad, but on other pads, they might feel pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about with this mouse. It's a good mouse, and yeah, I mean, it's a Zowie mouse that's been updated. If you like the FK shapes, you're going to like it. That's just how it is. Personally, for me, I really like it, but I know a lot of people are not going to like it, and it's just going to fit into that category of, oh wow, it's just another mouse. But that's the end of this video. I will put all my links in the description, and yeah, there's also obviously no QC issues on this mouse. Zowie always has good QC. Like and sub, use my Addis Ink link in the description, and peace.